straight with you. I think we're past the point where I just want to use you to further my own goals. I may be starting to like you. Now, I don't want you thinking your pal Rose is going soft on you, so let me just say this. If you ever get it in your head to screw me over, I will gut you with this here saw and string your entrails up like Christmas tinsel. Nothing personal.
There we go. Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Personal log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn. Returned to Appalachia. After all these years, I have come back. Back to Appalachia. To West Virginia. To the home of my greatest personal and scientific failure. Academic research was a dead end. The world was descending into riots and ruin. Food shortages were increasing. Generating papers in a university lab to attempt to secure tenure seemed pointless. It felt irresponsible on the face of everything happening. West Tech approached me about joining the Greenhouse Initiative, genetic engineering to produce new crops and multiply production. It swept away my concerns about joining the private sector. Here was a chance to be on the cutting edge and solve real problems at the same time. Dr. Dumont described the goals of the Panimmunity Virion and the Greenhouse Initiative in terms that set my mind ablaze. There was satisfaction to be had there, doing the best work, advancing humanity, making the world better than it was. Then the funding vanished. The research staff was being cut with no explanation, simply a shift in priorities. Dumont begged me to stay, promising the new work would be vital and challenging. To my everlasting shame, I did end log.
Little late to the party, aren't you? If you're looking to loot the place, some Blood Eagles are ahead of you in line. I'd stop you, but, I think I quit. Our squad was guarding the entrance here when we were overrun by Blood Eagles. Killed everyone. Me too. I just haven't kicked it yet. Name's Woods. Corporal Woods, Hellcat Company. Mercenaries. We got hired by this creep of a doctor to guard the place. Among other things. Promised us salvage rights here when he was done. I don't think we're gonna collect on that. Hell of a bedside manner you've got. You know I'm dying, right? Go ahead. Not like I'm doing anything else. Seriously? I'm bleeding out in front of you and you want my life story. Oh, hell. Rather die with somebody than alone. Whatever. Best of a bad situation, alright? The Hellcats had limits. A code. Better than joining up with raiders. We did good jobs as often as bad. Until this time, at least. It's our own fault. We got lazy. This place is so far out of the way, nobody ever passes by. Kind of the point. We figured we'd be shooing off the occasional stray scavenger that came poking around. This lot sent grenades through the entrance before we knew they were there. Rushed us while we were recovering. I took a bullet in the gut. Bastards left me to die slowly, because they thought it was funny. Yeah, Blackburn. Real unnerving guy, even before we found out what he was doing. Kidnapping was just the start of it. We should have cut ties then, contract or no. Even mercs should have lines they don't cross. I'd say I didn't have a choice, but we're mercenaries. We do it for the money, not some noble ideal. Nobody to blame but ourselves. Jesus, interrogating a dying woman. That's stone cold. Ah, don't look like that. I'm just fucking with you. This is important. Maybe you can fix our mistakes. It's where he had us bringing him. Other squads did, I mean. I was just guard duty. Not that it makes me any less guilty. Whether or not any of them are left alive? No clue. Wouldn't count on it, with the Blood Eagles ransacking the place. Can't figure the dock will last long either. That doesn't... That's kind. I've seen enough gut shots in my time to know a stim pack and bandages aren't gonna fix this. This one's got my name on it. God knows I've done enough to deserve it.
Wow, it's freezing in here. Look at all this ice. The environmental... What happened here? Those are... It looks like a massive... Well, that's gonna complicate. If the Hellcats were here already, then Blackburn, the abductions, and the super mutants are all tied to... Give me a moment to look at these... Oh, that's not good. The vault's on internal lockdown. I guess someone's responding to the Blood Eagle attack. If there are automated defenses still working, they'll all be active. We may be facing more than just Blood Eagles. Be careful. Let's get moving. I'll follow your lead. Must be the security lockdown. Let me try something. Got it. I was able to use the Pip-Boy's protocols to get the doors open, but it fried the circuits. If we run into any more locked doors, we're gonna need another way through.
say unfortunately. I have no quarrel with the Brotherhood, but I must ask you to leave immediately. Please leave me be. I cannot be responsible for what may happen if you remain.
I guess we found Dr. Blackburn. Looks like most of this place is locked off. We need to search everywhere, but our options are limited right now. I think that door labeled mainframe is stuck open, though. Let's start there.
This vault was a biological research facility originally. Perhaps it is fitting that I found this place. I have been honest about my purpose, after a fashion, but less than forthcoming about its nature. Research log. In retrospect, not actual. I found subjects. Further research is the necessary experimentation to even approach a functional result. Your persistent refusal to depart is a distraction I do not need. Please, I am asking you again, leave this place and do not return. There is nothing for you here but sorrow. Think you will I promise you that you will not. Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn. Capture of his it's less difficult than I imagined. People not much for a bad though travelers are easy. I tell myself these acts are necessary. The work too important, and I cannot do it. It is either power or failure. In my quiet hours, I question what I have made of myself in pursuit of this goal. I began this enterprise fully cognizant of what it might take. But even with that foreknowledge, I could not comprehend the weight of it. Have I become no different from that fool Elias? A font of monsters with no humane end in sight? Am I deluded, believing myself capable of success? These moments pass. I push aside the doubts and focus on the work before me. People of Appalachia let them vilify me when they learn what I have done. I will make a better future for them, even if I do not live to see it myself. And log.
Target identified.
Worse liar than I am. Wait, that voice. I know who you are. Oh, you're the one I talked to back at Fort Atlas.
You know her?
Listen, we're in a bad way here. Cut off from the rest of our people and the damn robots keep coming in waves. We need help. Hardy har har. Let's get serious and make it quick. I can help you, and you can... I've been trying to get us out of here since we've been locked in. I just found this vault security key card. Should open all the doors in this place. You help us, and it's yours. I told you I just found it, dummy. I was about to try it out right when I heard you walk up. Nothing. Same as stopping you from shooting us if we let you in. We don't need more trouble. Help us hold off the bots and we'll... Now...
Good thing Shin's not here. I don't think he'd agree to this.
No shooting, boys. They're on our side. Crap, here they come again. showed up when you did. Looks like I was right about you. Shame we keep meeting under these circumstances. We could get into some real trouble. Can't believe the Brotherhood bailed us out. Well, a deal's a deal. Key card's yours. All yours. You got this far, so I'm guessing the way you came. Thanks again. Maybe we won't even shoot you if we see you again. No promises.
You've got interesting friends, Initiate.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 57. Begin to doubt my own sanity at times. My efforts, while not without progress, continue to fail to bear real fruit. The FEV seems almost deliberately malignant, as if it had a consciousness, and rejects my every attempt to bend it toward a benevolent end. I've come to recognize the signs of imminent metastasis and conversion to the so-called supermutant state. I am ill-equipped to deal with the product of such failure, and have taken to disposing of these unfortunates outside the vault itself. I regret that my current methods of disposal. Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, more pleasant or palatable. Seeing these things, my works demand. I imagine you must intend to kill me dramatically as I make ground toward my ultimate. I do not blame you. This end, I have been tracking the They display a useful moral flexibility. They do not question the nature of my work, or my need for human subjects. Already they have begun acquiring new subjects at a far greater pace than I could, and a contingent remained in the vault itself. I must be careful. A mercenary is only as loyal as their pay, after all. My control of the vault security systems keeps them in check. For now, and long. Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn.
I am here.
coming back?
Not exactly. I think the locks are controlled remotely. The doctor guy always does something back behind the stairs there, before he comes back to...
Glad that's over with.
I can't take it anymore.
You're not with those up... Okay.
Coming back?
Sorry.
Don't let me die in here.
Molly Cooper, biology, log 280. What is this? The specimen record is blank. No vitals, no measurements, no source data. Just an ID, X001. The cellular structure is unlike anything I've ever seen. I can't even identify the organelles. I ran it through the DNA sequencer twice.
Oh, thank God. You've got my thanks. I'm not injured. That nut job was dosed. Weird thing is, he kept apologizing. Bad case of sludge lung now. But I'm holding up.
Somebody get us out of here.
For real? Well, I did get... But still, thank you.
Everything hurts.
We ain't going anywhere. Hey, if you run into that crazy doctor...
It seems futile. I ask one final time. Leave this vault and the things you have seen. You cannot change what has happened here. Leave me to this cold and lonely place.
The card doesn't work? Blackburn must have overridden the door codes. Probably guess the looters might find a key card eventually if they had the run of the place. If he's changed the codes for the door, we're not getting through normally. I knew a lot of knights that would probably try to blow up the door. But I think we can do better than that. These doors are hydraulically sealed. If we can find the lines that feed to this door, we might be able to cut the pressure holding it shut. Look for a utility room nearby. This should be it. Take a look. See if you could find the lines to the Overseer's office. Nice work. You might have a future as a scribe if you wanted. Let's head back. The door should be open now.
It appears neither the Vault defenses nor the Blood Eagles were a match for you. Quite formidable. You can lower your weapons. It would clearly be futile for me to struggle, and I surrender willingly. Too far? Does that term even apply when the goal is the permanent protection of humanity from the horrors of the wasteland? I told you my work focused on the health of Appalachia's people. You must see that my research was towards that aim. Do you believe I did this all blindly? Groping madly in the bodies of the innocent for some unknown and hallucinatory secret? With each iteration, each test conducted, I identified flaws in the virus and calculated their removal. I have no doubt in my work.
After seeing what you've done here, I hope hell does exist.
Despise me if you will. I took no pleasure in what had to be done. FEV was never intended to be a source of abominations and grotesqueries. It was to be the next step in human evolution. Our refinement into something greater and better. Certainly the fools at West Tech were more obsessed with observing its failures than correcting them. But its true purpose was for good. And now it will fulfill that purpose. Because of me.
Listening to this is making me understand Shin's point of view.
I am sure your Brotherhood will happily interrogate me until I have no tale left to tell. I will be entirely forthcoming, though I expect you will want to conduct your inquisition within confines more amenable to the Brotherhood. As for the contents of this vault, the Brotherhood is free to collect anything they like. My work here is finished.
I don't like the sound of that.
Contrary to what you may think, I did not lie to you when we spoke at Fort Atlas. I did say it would be difficult for a layperson to understand. What you call insanity is merely the regrettableness that it condemns me in your eyes or consigns me to whatever hell may exist is a price I pay willingly. I have ensured the future of humanity. Were it possible to achieve it without the suffering of innocence?
After seeing what you've done here...
Despise me if you will. Do you believe with each... I have...
It sounds like you haven't...
There are... steps being taken. Any miscalculations that might exist are minor, and will be addressed shortly. I have no doubt. Yes, consider me. My work here is... I am at your...
You can head out. I'm sure the others are good work, Initiate.
I've said enough.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn. Number 1. Under any other circumstance. Personal log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn. Huntersville. I should never have allowed Timon to convince me to stay with West Tech when they shut down the Greenhouse Initiative. The pet immunity variant was intended to shield us from biological warfare and make the population safe from the horrors war could unleash. The Greenhouse Initiative turned the same work to feeding the ever-increasing starving masses. Noble goals and worthy science. The discovery of the FEV abandoned all that. The awesome potential of the virus would
Small-minded bureaucrats and their pet scientists had the keys to human evolution and saw only profit in war. Dr. Khan, a disgrace to that title, took over, and even those miserable goals were cast aside in favor of the perverse, infecting the water supply of Huntersville just to observe the effects. Why? We knew the virus in its current state produced horrors. Had we been looking for a cure, perhaps it could have been justified. But Khan had no such interest. He did it because he could. Were I a better man, a better scientist, I would have left immediately. My belated resignation does me little credit, and long.
I have been fully compliant with your questioning. Threats are not
Everything
required.
you've done. You're lucky I'm only threatening you right now.
Please, this argument is getting us nowhere.
I can't wait to tell Max about my latest patrol. He is gonna love it.
Find, protect, and preserve.
I know I'm forgetting something.
Initiate, you're back. Maybe you can help me talk some sense into Romani here. We've been going over what happened at Vault 96 and interrogating our prisoner. This smug monster is practically bragging about torture and unleashing horrors on the world. And Romani is treating him with kid gloves.
I am not bragging. What I have done was necessary. I take no pride in those terrible acts. I will have to live with the shame of them forever. That weight does not, however, diminish that the ends were worth the means. You will learn that soon enough. My colleagues will see that our creation, a vast improvement on the FEV, is distributed shortly.
Do you see the arrogance, the self-justification? We should end him and be done with it. And what jury wouldn't find this man guilty? You saw what he did with your own eyes.
Preventing Dr. Blackburn's associates from taking this horror any further must be our priority. And we may need the doctor to convince them.
My colleagues have a laboratory hidden beneath the headquarters of my former employer, West Tech. We intend to correct the FEV's mistakes at their birthplace. Poetically appropriate, would you not agree?
Why did I say that?
Yes. If the doctor's associates are preparing to distribute the virus, we have to put our emotions aside here and get to them before they can. Blackburn's punishment, whatever its form, can wait until Appalachia is safe. Head to West Tech. Find and secure the entrance to this lab, and we'll follow behind.
I don't like this, Romani. We should be done with him here and now and level this laboratory. This is just like what Elder Maxim faced at Mariposa. Or have you forgotten?
Elder Maxon came to regret acting rashly there. Or have you forgotten?
If they've already begun producing the virus, blowing up the place could just help spread it. We'll need to be a bit more delicate than that.
Very well. If Blackburn is coming with us, I will be watching him. Perhaps he can provide leverage against his fellow lunatics.
Initiate, you've come at the right time.
This smug...
I am not bragging. That weight, you will...
Do you see? And what?
Preventing... Yes. Blackburn, head to...
I don't like... This is...
Elder Max?
If they've already... We'll need...
Very well.
If I can prevent...
Then it's just...
Myself holding down the fort. When do I get to go out and...
I think that's all that is going to be for it right now. I hope you all have a wonderful time, whatever you do. No spontaneous combustion.